Welcome back. So, in the last lecture, I talked about the primary responsibility of a product manager, and I distinguished it from the tactical day to day responsibility of conflict management. And so, now what are these primary responsibilities? There are three main responsibilities of a product manager. Number one is to help the company decide on what product to develop and why it should develop that product. And second is to win your first customer or your first five customers. And the third is to help deliver the product into the customer's hands in a timely way. So there are three, once again. Number one is your job is to make sure that you define the product, answering questions such as why the company should develop this product. And second, you want to work with the sales to get your first customer win. Now, there is a difference between selling and marketing, obviously. But we'll probably get to this later on in a more detail. But when it comes to product management, you want to win the hearts and minds of customers first, so that they are ready for salespeople. And so, design win in a technology company, typically design win is what is the term used. Design win is when you have a commitment from the customer that they are going to use your product. And the third part is you are also, and this is a very critical piece of the product management, you are also responsible to make the product ready. That means you're helping the engineering team manage the product development. In this role, you're pretty much playing the role of a project manager plus something else that goes into making the product ready for the market or for the customer. So basically, you are looking at these three in a, the way I always understand this, based on my experience, is this is the big cycle. You start, or you can start anywhere, depending on your company and your own situation. You define the product, you win the customer, and you deliver the product. And this goes on in a cyclical fashion. It's a never-ending cycle in a technology company. And it's not at all surprising that on any typical day as a product manager, you come into work and you will do all these three things in some way or the other. What I mean by this is they are never a sequential type of activities. It's not like you spend 1 week in doing the product definition, and the next week you are going to focus on the customer. Maybe in some phases you will go through that, but at all the times as a product manager, you have your interests and your activities pretty much spread all across these three main roles. So, in a sense, this is a cycle, like I said, and most important point is, in general, product management in bigger companies. Obviously, there are different departments that deal with different aspects of the marketing. There is strategic marketing. There's a big PR or a Marcom department. But in a startup or a smaller sized companies, product management is it. Pretty much all the marketing activities are driven by the product management in charge. And by that, what I mean, there is a strategic marketing group or a function. There's PR, there's marketing communication, there's partnership development, technical marketing or a customer marketing, supporting the sales. All of these are functions. They are specific activities, but they are only tools in that sense. The ultimate goal of all these functions, these activities actually map back into these goals. These three big goals that I talked about is, for example, partnership development. when you're trying to develop a partner, you are why are you doing this? You're doing that because number one, maybe your customer told you that, look, your product has to interface with this other product that I am using, and so you go talk to this company and then have an arrangement that your product has an interface with this product, and so that makes it easier for you to win your customer and also enhance your product. So that would be one way. And strategic marketing, or all of these things are functions, like I said, they all map back into one or the other goals that you want to achieve. And so going back to these three main responsibilities that I'm talking about, what we will do in the following lectures is we will start with the product definition, and we'll dig into the details again. Like what we said, these are the beginning, sort of a basic lectures to help set up the thinking and the mindset in a proper way, so that as we get into the hard skills, now from the next lecture onwards, we will slowly start to dive into the actual specific hard skills that you need to do each of these activities. So we'll start with the product definition, and we will again peel that onion, and we'll get into what the thinking generally helps in approaching this task, and what kind of tools and what kind of processes are generally adopted, are helpful to manage this aspect of it. Okay, so we will see you in the next lecture. Thank you.